Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace, my go-to for building a website and online shop. Hello, my darlings. In today's video, we are finally going back to portraits after working on landscapes for what feels like forever. If you'd like to see several hours of real-time tutorials where I record voiceover as I was painting, along with hundreds of hours of exclusive content and monthly art rewards, including a monthly live stream, feel free to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/happydartist. This piece is for an upcoming show at Arch Enemy Arts Gallery in Philadelphia, and the theme is Grimm's Brothers Fairytales. And I chose this one fairy tale that is quite unknown, at least for me, since I've never heard of it before. It's called Jorinda and Joringel, and I'm probably butchering the pronunciation. The TLDR summary is that Jorinda is beautiful, of course, and engaged to Joringel. They go for a walk in the woods and accidentally stumble upon this evil witch's lair, and the witch turns Jorinda into a nightingale and keeps her in a cage and paralyzes Joringel. And after they leave, Joringel is like, oh crap, I gotta save Jorinda, but I don't know what to do. And then he dreams that if he finds a red flower with a pearl in the center, it'll make him immune against the witch's powers. So conveniently, the next day he wakes up, goes into the woods, and of course he finds the flower. And then he returns to the witch's lair with the flower, and bam, he's able to be immune from the witch's powers, and he uses the flower to turn Jorinda back into a human. So yeah, the story is kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. But I chose it because I was inspired by the visual elements of the story, such as the bird, the cage, the red flower with the pearl in the center. It just sounded so visually appealing. So yeah, I thought it would be a cool kind of fun challenge to arrange these motifs into a stylish classical portrait. I started off with a concept thumbnail sketch that ended up being quite detailed and more fleshed out than just purely a thumbnail. I guess it ended up being kind of a hybrid between a thumbnail sketch and a full-on block-in. I took a photo of the sketch and used Photoshop to tweak the proportions and just change a few things, like moving the bird to the other side of the head, which is, such a dramatic difference, I know. After I was happy with my digital edits, I printed out the drawing and transferred it to an 11 by 14 inch Gesso board panel. This time I used carbon paper for the transfer, and oh my gosh, it is so much cleaner and faster than using my previous method of covering the entire back of the paper with a charcoal stick. So a big thank you to whoever suggested that to me on a past YouTube video. I am never using charcoal to transfer again. I am done with that mess. From now on, it's just going to be the carbon paper. Anyway, after the transfer, I sprayed the piece down with fixative like usual and then waited for it to dry before starting my ebauché. For this ebauché, I'm using only oil paint and medium, no paint thinner at all. Though paint thinner makes the paint dry faster and easier to spread, I find that it creates a result that is way too streaky and runny. And I've been trying to gradually improve and evolve my ebauché process. So today I am just using medium with oil paint, and I quite like the results. By the way, ebauché is basically what I'm doing now. It's kind of just an underpainting where I wash in the very basic average color groups. It's just slightly more color information than a monochromatic underpainting. Anyways, the medium I'm using is the Sennelier Green for Oil Gel Medium, and it's advertised as non-toxic and plant-based, which is great for me because lately I've gotten super paranoid about inhaling toxic fumes, after basically being super careless and not doing any research and just painting with a wide open jar of Gamsol and poor studio ventilation for the last 10 years. I'm finally trying to correct that mistake. And for the design, I was inspired by the typical Renaissance classical portraits of women in fancy dresses and very like natural, flattering lighting. But I wanted to add a contemporary, stylish aspect to it, almost borderline fashionable, even though I would not consider myself a fashionable person by any means. So, I tried my best, but no promises. I wanted to make her dress and accessories reflect the motifs in the story. So we see some red flowers with pearls inside on her head, and a red dress and red lace pearl choker to match. There's also a bird that's outside of its cage with the cage growing out of her head, because I guess where else would the cage grow out of? Basically, my goal was to shove all of these different visual motifs into one portrait and try to make it look cute and cohesive. And I guess I won't know if I've succeeded in doing that until I render the main pass, so fingers crossed that it all goes well. And hopefully the piece ends up looking as good in real life as the way I imagine it to look in my head right now. Anyways, that about wraps up today's video. I am so glad to be back painting portraits again after what feels like an eternity of landscapes. And it's also just fun to play around with creating something from my own imagination rather than just mimicking someone else's work in a master copy, as useful and meaningful as that exercise is. Thank you all so much for watching, and I can't wait to share the next part in this series coming up next month. Bye! And of course, you guessed it, my eternal never-ending sale is still going on in my shop, so if you'd like 20% off your order of prints and originals, just enter the code HOLIDAY at happyd-artist.com. And if you're interested in learning more about how to paint and draw, I have lots of art educational content on my Patreon page, including exclusive video tutorials, step-by-step photo tutorials, live streams, podcasts, and even surprise art gift boxes. All available at patreon.com/happydartist. I'd love to have you join my Patreon family. A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and supporting the art community. I've been using Squarespace for 10 years now, and it's been an integral part of being able to make a living as an artist. Aside from their beautiful customizable templates and easy-to-use interface, Squarespace now has so many robust tools to help make website building be both effective and intuitive. There's a new design intelligence feature that uses a combination of industry experience and cutting-edge AI to help you make a website bespoke to your brand and digital identity. Squarespace takes the intimidation out of setting up an online shop with their intuitive e-commerce platform that accepts every type of payment method you can imagine, all with just a few simple clicks, so you can easily sell your work all around the world. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/happydartist to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Also, if you want to check out more artworks, works in progress, and just random daily artist adventures, feel free to check out my Instagram, and you can follow me at the handle @happydartist.